we begin the alphabet of hand synchronization with a small sketch. Believe me, if you are a beginner pianist, spend this time on today's etude. You will understand that the more you play pieces precisely by the sheet music, the more you will understand the musical language. You will read notes, deal with durations, understand pauses and articulations. So many useful things will be gathered together here. So now I will play this little study for you and then break everything down. So first, let's listen to it. It seems like such a small etude with only 4 measures, but this is where the simplest synchronization of hands begins, the joining of 2 hands. And so, for you to see how this is written in sheet music, we will now start a detailed analysis of it. So, we see that in front of us is an etude where the right hand is written in the treble clef and the left hand is written in the treble clef. I specifically chose this etude to have as little as possible here. Problems with reading sheet music. So let's examine the right hand. We have a 4/4 time signature. This means each beat will be counted as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But for simplicity, as you look at the right hand, look at the left hand, we need to do a little analysis. We see that we have the musical text contains only quarter notes and half notes in both the right and left hands. So we can eliminate and to make it easier to count and just count 1, 2, 3, 4, understanding that a quarter note is 1, a half note is 1, 2. Now I will play and solfege the entire right hand. So we are, most importantly, we are in the key of C major. There it is. I'll now play the C major scale for you with octave doubling. Let's listen. We see that in the C major scale, there are no key signatures, and in our notes, there is not a single key signature. So this is undoubtedly C major. Now, I will play and solfege for you and then count it all in order. So we need E in the second octave and slowly begin. Mi, re, do. Lift hand, pause. Mi, re, do. Lift hand, pause. Mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Let's see what's there. Where the pauses are, there's also a comma above to sharpen your attention to this spot. You must raise your right hand. This is where hand synchronization begins. We need to understand clearly. Look. First measure. 1, 2, 3, 4 pauses. Let's look right away. In the first measure, there is a tie that connects 3 notes. It indicates that we will play a legato stroke here, meaning the sounds are all connected to each other. And during the legato, we do not lift the hand from sound to sound. Look, mi transitions to redo. We played legato. Raise your hand. And we have 2 such measures. Look, let's count. 1, 2, 3. Gently raise your hand. 4, 1, 2, 3. Raise your hand. 2 measures are absolutely the same. Let's look at the third measure. It's more complex here. Look. E, fa, sol. And you see that the slur connects 3 notes and there's staccato on sol. So you need to play mi, fa, reach, sol, and jump off sol. Mi, fa, sol, staccato, fa, staccato, mi, staccato, re, staccato, and do. Let's look again at the third and fourth measures. Mi, fa, sol. You can play them separately. Mi, fa, sol once more. Mi, fa, sol. Combine all three notes. But the G note, specifically the third G note, needs to be lifted from the hand because there is staccato there. Watch. E, fa. Jump, 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 si. Once more, I'll count it out for you. Let's carefully play the right hand. So we need the third finger. It will be on E, then the fingers will go up. Down the second, first. And when we move up, all fingers in a row, mi, fa, sol. That is, the range of our melody in the right hand is only 5 notes. And here, mi is the middle note. And the third finger will be very convenient there. So, I'll count for you. Let's see. Play legato. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Legato. Pause. 1, 2, 3, jump, 4 jump, 1 jump, 2 jump, 3, 4. I remind you, what is staccato? Staccato is a sharp stroke. Do not confuse this dot, which is next to the note. Staccato is a dot will always be placed above or below the note, as we see here in the left hand. This means it's staccato. Staccato is a sharp stroke, so we need to lift your hand. A very good question is how much shorter the note should be played. Usually, this simple staccato, which is just written with a dot, means that we shorten the note exactly by half, exactly, in half. So we will have to play 8 notes. But you might ask a good question, why didn't the composer put an 8th rest here, an 8th note, and then a rest again? Understand that the strokes created more for the character of the piece, for its impression, for its colors. Therefore, staccato is played short to convey some mood to the music. So, look, 3rd, 4th, let's play again. E, F, everything in legato. G jumped, F jumped. And at the same time, when we shorten a note, we do not slow down or speed up. The tempo remains the same. I will now count the 3rd and 4th measures for you, and you will see how the staccato fits into our duration. So slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, without any of my comments, I will play the entire right hand for you. Pay attention, please, to the articulations. The first 2 measures are legato. At the end of each measure, we have a rest. This is mandatory, the requirement to raise the hand, because this is where the synchronization of the hands will begin, the unification of the hands. So, let's start from the very beginning. Listen and repeat with me. So we have understood and read the musical text, we have determined all the styles, clarified the pauses, the note durations, and now your task is to learn impeccably, precisely, and clearly the melody of the right hand, to learn this part so that every sound is precise, clear, in its place. As soon as this happens, you can begin studying the left hand. Please use the time codes and play this part of the lesson as much as you need, and I will move on to the analysis of the left hand. So, let's analyze the 4 bars of our left hand part. We can also see that it contains only quarter notes and a half note at the end, but there are many pauses here. Let's look at the first measure. The first thing we see is a half rest. We count it. 1, 2. This means that on the 3rd beat, our left hand will enter. And you see, its melody is E, D, C. The first note C leaves. C is in the next measure, meaning the melody moves away. Next measure. And we definitely see that here there needs to be a comma again. And it is. Pause, you must raise your hand. That is, if you already understood with your eyes, then the left hand will play the same text, but in a slightly different rhythm. Here, you need to clearly understand. Then watch so that you have definitely counted everything, the entire musical language. The first finger and the third finger are in position. This gives us the opportunity to play with two variations of the left hand, or first, second, third finger, or we start with the third, fourth, fifth. I recommend starting with the third finger because the melody range in the left hand will also be 5 sounds. If we place the third finger on the note E, we don't need to rearrange anything. Nothing will need to be changed. The fingers will be positioned very comfortably. So the first measure, I am reading everything according to the notes. Pause. 1, 2, we start E, D, C. You will need to raise your hand again. Mi, re, do. And raise your hand again. This little melodic passage, mi, re, do, you need to remember it. But now you need to fit it precisely into the rhythm of our little piece. So if you understand, we play mi, re, do. Pause. Raise your hand again. Mi, re, do. Pause. Lift the hand. Now, I'll count for you. So from the very beginning, I remind you, we do not count 1, and because so as not to confuse you, to make this task easier for you, because your brain will be very strained right now, you need to play, you need to count, you need to watch. Therefore, many brain functions. The brain is working simultaneously now. This is a very good brainstorming session for your mind. So I'll count the first measure for you. We have a half rest, which means it'll be 1, 2 for this rest. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, pause, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, look carefully. Our note mi will appear on the third beat. Listen. 1, 2, enter. 3, 4, 1, pause, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then look. 2 pause, quarter, half pause. That's 3, 4. So, in the third measure, we will have just 1 beat and then pauses until the end of the measure. Now I will start counting for you again from the very beginning, and I will count the entire third measure so that you can hear how many pauses there are. So let's begin. 1, 2, left. 3, 4, 1, pause, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, pause. And we come to the last measure. The notes here are G, F, E, half note. Look, I'll count for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. If the beginning of the melody in the left hand was legato, then the last measure will be staccato. Jump of G, jump of F, and E. Now I'll count the last measure for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything is sharp as if a finger landed on a needle. 1, 2, 3, 4. And look, I remind you that the legato stroke is played only with the wrist. You don't need to lift your hand. This will weigh down our sound. It's like being pricked. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now once more without my comments, I will just count for you. Particular attention should be given to the left hand because it will play in a different rhythmic pattern. And if we understand this, the coordination of hands will be easier. So, counting again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I hope you will watch the left hand closely. Count along with me. Play along with me. Use the time codes. And you will stay in this part and repeat as much as you need, I remind you that the connection of the hands, the success of the connection of the hands, depends on clear and exact play of each part. We have learned the right, we have learned the left. Now it is time to combine the hands. So we begin the hand connection, and I want to teach you how to see the hand connection, how to understand it, how to feel it. All musicians, professionals, learn to see. Where do the hands connect? Look, all musical editions very clearly issue the musical text. I'll take it closer now and show you. Look, you see that where the notes connect, they are visible. There they connect. You can draw a small vertical with your eyes. Here, look, the right hand plays. The right, because there's a pause here. We'll do a visual analysis. There's a pause here, so it plays. Right, right. We see the vertical, it connects. In the third beat, the left appears. So here they connect on the third beat. In the fourth beat, the right hand has nothing, it will lift. So 3 and 4 are connected. In the first beat of the next bar, we connect again. In the first beat, there is a connection. In the second, there isn't because there's a pause in the left hand. In the third, the hands connect again. In the fourth, only the left hand because there's a pause here. They connect again. Just visually watch. The first beat, then only the left hand, but here in the first, second, and third beats. Our notes, our hands will come together. Now let me slowly count the first measure for you. Watch. Your left hand should be on the note E with the third finger. And get ready to play. We play here EDC and here EDC, but we play them in a different sequence. Look, 1, 2, 3. And at 3, the hands are joined. When we play the fourth beat, the right hand must lift. Absolutely. This is where the synchronization, the uniting of the hands will begin. Let's do it once more, slowly. 1, 2, left starts, 3, lift the right. Next measure. Look, we join together. 1, now lift the left. Again, start of the second measure. 1, 2, and join again. 3, 4. The right rises. Again, slowly, maybe even slower. Watch. 1, 2, left enters. 3, 4, together. 1, 2, together. 3, 4. Let's combine our knowledge once more. We will watch. See where the hands join. We will develop our hearing. We will hear where the hands join. And this way, we will acquire professional knowledge. Once more, slowly. We watch as the right hand goes down. 1, 2, left. 3, raise the right. 4, together. 1, raise the left. 2, together. 3, 4. Another next beat. Look, the third one. E and C connect, and for the left one there is only one sound here, so it will play once and lift up. 2, 3, 4, and in the last measure it will be very easy here because everything will come together. 1, 2, 3. Once more slowly. I count for you, remind you, sort of predict for you, tell you in advance which hand to raise where the hands unite, so that listening to my comments, you see it. And a very important moment now, you can even not play, don't play right now. Listen to my explanations and look at the sheet music. Listen and look at the sheet music, understanding in advance how the music should sound. You need to understand how it sounds, and then your ear will help you in uniting your hands. And so slowly, let's see, right, 1, 2, left enters, right rises, 3, 4, together, 1, on the second beat, right plays, left rises, 2, combine together, 3, 4, right has risen. 1, left has risen. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the next moment of immersing into synchronization of hands. Now, please watch my hands. I am playing, counting, but I will not say which hand is lifting. You watch my hands. 1, and you hear the count, and watch how my hands synchronize in playing. So I will only count, and you watch and understand how it should sound. Starting. Now, we have reached the next stage. Now that you have just listened to me and looked at the sheet music, understood how the music should sound, then you listened and watched my hand synchronization. Now, let's try it together with me. So, I will count for you, and you can watch where your hand should lower, where it should raise, meaning you can now read the musical text since I have explained every detail of this little piece, this little etude. So very slowly, right at this tempo. 2, 3, 4. If you're ready, let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the last thing I recommend for you, play along with me and don't count, just feel the music. Understand it more thoroughly and professionally. Here at the beginning of our piece, it sounds musical exposition, canon. What is a canon? The same melody that begins to appear in the musical piece, only at different times. Watch the world and the world and the world and the world and I, you, but only the union said and there. The left responds, peace and do. The right, peace and do. The left responds, peace and do. But we have a moment of difficulty because they are not played together. So it would all be very easy and would not take any effort. But now to spend time and understand. You understand. You will gain such amazing knowledge that will help you in the future when you see a new piece to apply it, and the new musical text will become easier and easier for you. And so, slowly, without my comments and without counting, begin to play. I will only give you an empty measure. Prepare your hands, place me in the second octave with your right hand. The left hand is in the first octave, but it is not playing yet. However, it knows where it will go down and start playing. And so, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4. Thank you all, dear friends, for being with me. And we started the basics of hand coordination precisely with small musical pieces, little etudes. I really want you to acquire the skill of reading music notes, the skill of playing a piece from sheet music, reading a new piece from sheet music, how the melody of the right hand develops, what development the left hand has, so you can see, read, and understand it. Well, the most complex process is the coordination of our hands. This is very beneficial for all beginner pianists. Thank you very much, everyone. Joyful practice sessions to you. And as always, I look forward to your feedback and comments. Thank you very much. See you in the next session.